everyone has their opinion about who they think the top 10 best talkers of all time is, or the top 5 best talkers of all time is, like I'm going to discuss. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you look for in a promo. And what I look for in a promo mainly is the ability to be versatile and the ability to have edge. And there's one more thing I feel like I'm leaving out. Oh yeah, charisma. Now, without any more further ado, let's get to this top 5. But before I do that, I assure you that it will be in your best interest to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be bringing you the best content that I possibly can. In the past 28 days, 98.8% of you are not subscribed while watching the content. If you don't enjoy it, I'm not going to force you to like or subscribe, but if you do enjoy it, please subscribe and like, because it truly helps grow my platform. But now let's get to the top 5, starting with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Whenever Stone Cold spoke, he had a very aggressive intensity about him at all times. During Steve Austin's time with WCW, he really failed to get where he wanted to be in the business. He also wasn't really a great promo during that time, but that would all change in 1995 when he was fired from WCW by Eric Bischoff unceremoniously. And at that very moment is where his intensity and anger was born. So one of his old friends, Paul Heyman, gave him a call to come on down to ECW. And at this time, Steve Austin was recovering from an injury, so he didn't understand why Paul Heyman wanted him to come to ECW until Paul Heyman explained to him that he only wanted him to cut promos. And that is exactly what he did, and he took advantage of the opportunity given. And whether he knew it or not, he was sharpening his tools on the mic. He came off as very unhinged, and he will brilliantly voice his frustrations about his treatment in WCW, and that would soon get the attention of the WWE, who gave Steve Austin an opportunity. And after 6 months, he would go on to win the 1996 King of the Ring, and he would cut one of the greatest promos of all time on Jake the Snake Roberts.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF. Because I've proved, son, without a shadow of a doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass. I'm serving notice to every one of the WWF superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and that's Stone Cold's list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them.
From that point on, Stone Cold will become one of the very best on the mic in the WWF. His promo style was very in-your-face and disrespectful. He wanted to ether whoever came across him, and when he came at you on that mic, he came at you personally. It was serious, and he checks all of the boxes of what I look for in a promo. Now at number 4, I have CM Punk. CM Punk is a personal favorite of mine when it comes to cutting a promo, but that isn't why I have him at number 4. He is one of the most gifted superstars to ever touch a microphone in WWE. That's a fact. And when you see CM Punk, the first thing you think about is his iconic pipe bomb that he dropped in 2011 on John Cena. That promo made CM Punk an absolute certified superstar, and it stamped him as a legend. And what's fascinating still to this day about that promo is many things that he said in that promo still reign true to this day. As great and as iconic as that promo was, I don't believe that that was his best promo. His best promo to me will always be the promo that he cut against The Rock on Raw leading up to their match at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship.
Unlike a lot of people, I'm glad you're back. I don't care what your schedule is. I don't care if you work here 16 days a year, 365 days a year. You could be Santa Claus and have his schedule. You could 1 day a year. I'll still kick your ass. I don't care how many movies you film every year. I know how hard that schedule probably is, but every time you come back, whenever you decide to grace us with your presence, I'm gonna kick your ass. Because this isn't Candyland. I'm like nobody you've ever faced before. You can make fun of the color of my t-shirt, and you can talk about pie, and you can sing songs, and you can rhyme, and you can do your tired, lame-ass shtick. I just want you to know that come Royal Rumble, and you have about 3 weeks to realize this, I'm gonna kick your ass, because I'm the best in the world. I'm the best thing going today. I'm the best guy you've ever stepped foot in the ring with. And you need to understand, congratulations, Rock. You just graduated from the kiddie table, but you just bit off more than you can chew. You're playing Little League with your little insults and your rhymes and your millions and millions and your finallys, and I'm in the big leagues, and I'm swinging for the fence. You need to understand that your little jabs and your insults, it's all kiddie games. You can't leave a mark on the champ's face. Come Royal Rumble, understand, when you step in the ring, your arms are just too short to box with God.
He absolutely destroyed The Rock's gimmicky, comical, one-dimensional promo style, threw it back up in his face, and basically challenged The Rock to cut a serious promo. And for CM Punk to do that to someone who a lot of people consider to be the very best on the microphone of all time was very impressive to me. When CM Punk put that microphone in his hand, he had the sole intention on ethering you. He wanted to best you on the mic. He wanted to embarrass you. And he did a whole lot of that. CM Punk's mic skills is something that just came naturally. He was a natural born talker. And he got to truly display his gifts early on in his career when he was with Ring of Honor. Some people work to get there, and some people are just born with it. And CM Punk is one of those people who is just born with it. And he has edge. He has charisma. He has versatility. He checks all of the boxes. Now at number 3, I have Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman has been around the wrestling business since he was 19 years old. For nearly 40 years, he has been a part of wrestling. And for the majority of those 40 years, not only did Paul Heyman manage some of the best ever in wrestling, he helped guide them to be their best self, while also being the greatest mouthpiece on behalf of a wrestler of all time. Paul Heyman is another guy who was just born with the gift of gab. Paul Heyman can take a nobody off the street and sell to you that that guy is the next superstar of wrestling. That's how great Paul Heyman is with that wordplay. Paul Heyman can go verbally blow for blow with the best of them. When Paul Heyman is talking, he makes it easy for you to paint the picture in your head of what he's talking about. And he could turn up the heat at any moment if you want to take it there. And like CM Punk and Stone Cold, Paul Heyman in 2001 cut one of the very best promos of all time.
You are, so help me God, the most disgusting, vile son of a I've ever seen in my life. You took Hulk Hogan's blood and you built Titan Towers. You stole Bret Hart's dream, and with that money, bought yourself an airplane with WWF all over it. Your father went around the country and shook the hand of every promoter in this country and swore to them that he'd never compete against them, that his son would never compete against them. And when your father died, you competed. You ran all the competition into the ground and you stole all their ideas. And you know whose ideas you stole the most, Vince? You stole mine. I care about what you did to me and my family. How you stole my dreams. How you stole my legacy. How you stole everything that ECW represented. Because while Doink the Clown had a green hair and a rubber nose, Stone Cold Steve Austin was drinking his first beer in ECW, damn you.
Now, what's understood doesn't even have to be explained. Paul Heyman's body of work speaks for itself. And if you don't think that he deserved to be in the top 5 talkers of all time, I don't know what to tell you. He has some of the best promo skills for a non-wrestler ever. And as a manager, he is in a league of his own when it comes to that gift of gab. And what can I say? He has the versatility, he has the edge, and he certainly has the charisma. And like he says,
I'm just an advocate.
Now at number 2, I have John Cena. In the early 2000s, John Cena was struggling to find his identity, and he was going to soon be released by WWE until He impressed Stephanie McMahon one day with his ability to rap, and that is where it all started for John Cena on the microphone. And even though back then John Cena's promo style may have been a little unorthodox or untraditional, his promos didn't lack anything. He was able to make you understand what he is saying in an edgy, very charismatic way. As his career progressed, so did his promo work. As he moved away from the rapping gimmick, John Cena was getting better and better and better on the microphone and became more refined on the mic. John Cena may not have one single promo that is as iconic or as quotable as the one Stone Cold had or the one that CM Punk had, but for 15 straight years he was cutting quality promos. There's not one single superstar other than John Cena that I can think of that has constantly buried multiple superstars over the years on the microphone, leaving them absolutely speechless. If you are in a war of words with John Cena or you challenge him and you can't keep up, you're going to look really, really bad. He has done it to The Rock, Roman Reigns, The Miz, Dolph Ziggler. The list goes on. You'll be hard-pressed finding a dull moment of John Cena on the microphone. And earlier, I spoke of CM Punk. CM Punk wasn't the first guy to expose The Rock about his promo style. It may have been a really great promo, but he wasn't the first to expose The Rock. It was John Cena, and it was really bad. And for a lot of us at the time, we looked at The Rock as nobody could stop him on the microphone. Nobody ever really challenged him on the microphone until he ran into John Cena. And we had that look on our face that we had as a kid when we found out Santa Claus wasn't real. And as a fan of The Rock, I'm not gonna go over or replay any of the moments between him and John Cena on the microphone that were cringe, because I don't want to go through the secondhand embarrassment. I would just encourage you to go back and look at the verbal punishment that John Cena was putting on The Rock leading up to their match at WrestleMania 28. These moments with The Rock really magnifying John Cena's skill set on the microphone, and he has built a reputation of taking people's lunch money when he puts that microphone in his hand. With the quality of promos that John Cena cut over the years, to have that longevity along with it has earned John Cena his number 2 spot on my list, and he has brought everything to the table that I look for in a promo. Now at number 1, I have the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Ric Flair is the most versatile, charismatic talker ever, and he leaned into his gimmick. His gimmick was a big part of that, but he wasn't one-dimensional at all. He can control the crowd, he could get the crowd into it, he can be charismatic, charming, inspiring, while also still having an innate ability to be truly cutthroat on the mic. My favorite promo from Ric Flair is not one where he was smiling, being charming, talking about how much money he has, talking about how much cars he has, talking about how much jewelry he has. This promo was a direct shot at Hulk Hogan and the NWO.
Hulk Hogan, oh God, I know who you are. I know that my entire career, in your eyes, I have walked behind you. I know you, Kevin Nash. In your eyes, you say, the old man, he still can't go. Well, let me tell you about something. Whether I walk behind you, Hogan, or Nash, you're saying the old man can't go, the bottom line is, you two guys, 10 years from now, will look at your kids, you'll remember the night that you laid down, you let the world down, you scammed, you schemed. Be proud of that moment now. Because Nash, you got a 2-year-old kid, look at him 10 years from now and say, I laid down for Hulk Hogan. What on God's great earth would make you lay down for Hulk Hogan?
And that's not the entire promo, but that's some of the best parts of the promo. Ric Flair is a pop culture icon. Why? Because the words that he spoke through a microphone inspired many. He can captivate the audience and get their attention in several different ways on that mic, and you were 100% invested and anticipated what he was going to say next. And that is why he is number 1. I understand that my list is not going to please everyone, and it's my opinion, and it's what I am looking for in a promo. And all the people that I have listed here today fit the criteria of what I am looking for.